Hey everyone, Joshua Hanlon here in Billund, Denmark, and I am joined by the Lego designer and the fan designer of the latest Lego Ideas project here. So if you would both like to introduce yourselves, and then we'll dive into the build here.
I'm Adam. I'm 35 or 36. I play with Lego.
I'm Robert. I'm the fan designer from the Old Fishing Store.
Okay, awesome. So you're the fan designer here, so we'll start with you and kind of talk about what prompted you to kind of start on this build and then post it to Ideas, and what was that journey kind of like getting to the required votes?
Well, I started off making a lot of sketches and made a mood board to see how it will come out. So from there on I made small parts physically, and from there on I started in a CAD program to make the measurements, and from there on to LDD and made the renderings till, well, eventually it came out like this. And Adam, he done some changes to the structure to make it sturdy, and also more playable. He added also a lot of details and accessories.
And I think it turned out great. So as you were working on getting the votes on Lego Ideas, was this the first project you had put up, or did you have kind of experience previously?
No, this was the first one I submitted. Well, you can take off the top roof, and then you can take off
Yes.
That part does come off.
this section, and you can see the small office. The small office was in here, like there's a little desk, a table, and a newspaper stand. And then the main roof, that can come off.
I'll just take it.
And then you can see like the little counters, the accessories, the fishing, the tanks, the fishing poles, the rods, and then also the back opens.
There's lots of little details in there too, with all the different pieces in there, like scuba gear and all sorts of stuff.
And then you also have the two doors, you know, the exit with a sticker on it, gone fishing, and also the main door with a little minifigure in the front, and then the name, Anton's Bait Shop, and a cat.
There you go. So was this building inspired by any particular sort of real building, or you just kind of came up with this on your own?
No, this is part of what's in my mind, and I made sketches, and I just combined the sketches together, and I start fumbling around till it ended up with something what I liked.
So then kind of move back to the Lego designer here. So when you were kind of tasked with working on this project, what was kind of your first approach to this, and what were some things that you kind of changed up from the original design?
Well, the first thing was to get it into a grid, mathematically seen, and to figure out the best way to build the walls, because they are all snouted tiles. So and then it kind of went from there. And then I saw how much space I had for the rest of the stuff, and how much possibilities to put more and more details. And yeah. And so the whole idea was to have it so that a normal person would see it on a thumbnail and couldn't say if it was his or mine. Okay. So that was just like a benchmark for myself, just to see, because I mean that's in the end what got 10,000 votes. And I don't think that the picture on the box is that far off from the render that Robert submitted.
So what are some of your kind of favorite parts of the set? Maybe some ways you use parts or things like that you really liked, you would want to point out to people as you were working on it?
Well, I just like the whole set complete. You know, it just fits together. The signs, the tiles, the minifigures, the fish, and of course the seagulls.
Lots of different animals, and the small details in there I think are really neat. That's really fun. And then, so for you as well, kind of any particular parts, usages, or anything like that you would want to point out to people, or things you had fun including in there, a way you used a certain part?
I don't know. It's it kind of went from. I went downstairs in our stock, and I just took everything that I thought was nearly about fish or aquatic or whatever I want to call it, and just tried to put as much of it as possible in the set. And yeah, I like the logic of it. how it comes together after a while, because it's it's not only that you stack the bricks so that that it all becomes stable. It's also the third dimension of the tiles on the side that interlock the bricks. So I like that thing about it. So.
And obviously, one thing that a lot of people notice is, I believe that's the sand green kind of tile color. Was that pretty important to you to make sure that the set that got released to the public included that color of tiles, and that was an important part of the design?
Well, the colors was never to debate. It was, we can do it. We did it. It's exactly the same colors like Robert had on his on the original submission, and we did not never discuss if it should be different or if we can do it. It's just. I mean, the details are different. For example, the border of the roof, then because it made sense to put some brown there, but I mean that's it. That's literally it. Other than that, everything is the green mossy and the brown ones is exactly like it was on the submission.
Wow. So that's really impressive. So I guess it's probably really nice for you as the designer that Lego kind of stuck so closely to your original design and didn't want to come in and change all sorts of stuff up. They really were able to use what you had submitted and stick really closely to that.
It was like having a baby, because you never knew what was the first impression what you get to see. I mean, you get a Skype call and this is Hassan Jensen from Lego Ideas and hello. And this is your set. I mean, you never. It was. Then I saw it for the first time that it didn't change that much from the original.
So, now that you have a successful project kind of under your belt here, what tips would you give to people who might have a project on ideas right now and are looking, trying to reach that required amount of votes? Anything you would say to help someone reach the level there?
Don't make
the fishes store. No, there's no tips. It's just like what you build. You just have to hit by the people in the world. If they like it or they don't like. There's no tips. There's no tricks. Just build what you really want for yourself, and maybe hope that people likes it, what you made.
Were there any websites or anything that posted about the project that you saw kind of like a lot of votes come from, or was it just kind of gradual building up?
It gradually built up, but after it started gradually building up. More sites start talking about the old fishing store. I mean, even to South Korea, I seen remarks. Don't know what the remarks was because
we assumed they were good.
I assumed it was good. Yes.
Yeah, that's really great. So just your message would be passionate about whatever the you upload to the site, and people will appreciate that and see the work you've put into that, and that'll help prompt more votes for it.
Yes, definitely. And also questions I had if there's another one like this. So that's why I submitted the boat repair shop also. And a few more.
Yeah. Well, very neat. Well, I appreciate both of you taking the time to talk with me about the build. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.